Ricky, you want to join in on the live stream, Mopper? The dog wants to be alone. Ricky, what are you doing, Jumper? What are you doing, Snooper? What are you doing, Grumpet? Huh? What are you doing? Are you a goofball? Are you a goofball? You are a goofball. Everybody loves my drum. I love my drum. I love my baby Drumpet. I do. Are you a good boy? Are you a good boy, Ricky? You're a good boy. You. What are you doing? Your dog, Ricky. Your dog, Ricky. Let's share this to our site. Share the page. Oh, Grumper. Your dog. Ivy! This is my dog! Grumper! Grumper! Say hello, Grump. Say hello. He has to be involved in everything. Don't you? You do. You're gonna help me and then you're gonna get in the way. That's just what a dog does. Just what a dog does. Isn't it? Someday, perhaps, become a reindeer, yes. You think so? Do you think so? You think you're gonna be a reindeer one day, Ricky? No? You don't like that idea? Alright. I think I should get started on this. I should get started. I gotta get started. You're in the way, dog. You're in the way, dog. I have an itch. Oh, goodness. Alright. Okay, so let's get started. Whoever's in here can... Hi! Whoever's already here, whoever shows up later, can always rewind the video after I'm finished. So, I mean, either way, the tutorial is going to stay around. So, I admit that I just woke up from a nap with said dog, because I was lazy today. I was actually going to do this at 5, but I was like, no, too comfy. Gonna wait, gonna do it later. There's nothing wrong with that. We were also at the other desk because we had it already set up for when we did a live stream for a video game. And I just was too lazy to move stuff over. Even though I still had to move things over here. So, I don't know. Maybe I was just kind of stupid. Anyways, onward to the actual reason any of you are here. Surely you're not here to just listen to me wander talk everywhere. Alright, so. Easy. The things you're going to need. You're in any color you want. However, you need to make sure that it says 100% acrylic. See it? Right. Oops, wrong side. Camera's right there. 100% acrylic. It needs to say that. Otherwise, this will not work correctly. It will end badly, and if I had the other ones that I tried to make, I would show them to you, but they are in the other room, and I don't feel like getting up to go get them. So, 100% acrylic yarn. Any color you want. Doesn't matter. Any floofiness you want. Doesn't matter. It's totally up to you. I'm just using this color because I felt like making a different color. In fact, this is the yarn tail I've been working on. It's long. Look at that. Look at that thing. This is my most recent order for a yarn tail. And it's long. It's 3 feet long. Not finished yet, but it will be eventually. I'll get to it. They just take a while. The other things you're going to need are a wire brush. This one is obviously used a lot. This is pretty much all this is for making these yarn tails. You're going to need scissors. Any scissors? I have not, no. That would take me ages, considering making these takes a very long time. First, a full fursuit would take way too long. You need a crochet hook kind of thing. This one is from doing rainbow looms. Also a very good neck scratcher when I have an itch. You also need something for the extra fluff, which there's going to be a bunch of. There's going to be a bunch of this, so you're not doing anything wrong by there being a ton of fluff, okay? Because this is how this happens. You get a ton of this. This is just from what I was doing with that yarn tail there. And then what I do is I take them and I use them to make these guys. These little tiny plushies. They get the stuffing done from the leftover from making yarn tails. Aren't they cute? They're made out of socks and made out of plushies. Or made out of the fuzz. So, you know, it gets used somehow at least. I got lots of it from all the yarn tails I've made. Hi, Ricky. Yeah, he's in my lap. So, those are the things that you basically really only need. Oh yeah, and one of these. You need a thing, or whatever you're going to use to hook the yarn tail on. But I always use these because then they can put a carabiner or whatever else they want on the end to hook it with. So, and then I also use my phone. And you're like, what? What does your phone have to do with this? I'll tell you. Actually, I'll show you. But you'll see. Alright, so first of all, what you gotta do is figure out what colors you actually want the yarn tail, which we've got. We're just doing a one color short yarn tail because it would take way too long. And nobody wants to sit here for 12 hours while I make a yarn tail. I know this for a fact. Right, Ricky? We're gonna stick this to like an hour, maybe an hour of a yarn tail. Oh, the other thing you need that I did not bring in here is a hair straightener. But I can go get that after I'm finished, because you need one of those if you want it to be extra shiny and extra poofy. However, it's not necessarily at this moment, it's not necessary. So we can go get it later to show you. So basically what you do, take your yarn, set that over there, because that's where my garbage actually is. Short skirts, I wear t-shirts, and then features. Get this so that I can actually unroll it. It's kind of entangled in itself from people, I guess, at Walmart when they... I get these from Walmart. Super Saver. Okay. Now. Alright. It told me there's an error, but it looks like it's still up. Let's see. Sorry. It might just be on my end because I'm doing the live streaming and everything. She wears high heels, she's cheer captain and yeah, okay. Sorry, I was just double checking because it went AWOL on me or whatever you call it. It wasn't working. Okay, so I'm just gonna continue because it says it's still working, so. Take my phone. Take the yarn, start wrapping it around. And I have my yarn on the floor so it can roll around and get undone as much as I need it to. You can do this in any order because I totally forgot to do the rest of my thing. I need a measuring stick, but I don't have one in here because I'm a dumb, but we're not doing a very long one, so I'll find something else to do. Normally you use like a... I have a one for... What are you chewing on? Are you eating pieces of the chair, stupid dog? Don't eat pieces of the chair, dumb shit. Don't or no, you're eating my thing. Okay, good. Because I don't want you to eat the pieces of the chair. Our chair is kind of falling apart. I don't need him eating parts of it. You're probably thinking, Sarah, why are you doing that? Why, Sarah? Why? Your phone doesn't need yarn all over it. Well, you'll see if you give me a minute. Give me a minute. Alright, that should be enough to start with and show you. So, now we have my yarn covered phone. Then you just take and do this. What? Say what? Now you've got strips of yarn to use. All the right length, because it does. If you do a longer yarn length, you're just gonna get more extra stuff, and that's not gonna be good because you don't need all of that extra fuzz. But if you do shorter ones, then it works fine. See? Strips to use. Now, I'm gonna borrow one of these just so that I can get a length thingy happening. And as this is literally just a very short one, we're not going for a long one, but you can always do something longer later if you want. I'm only going to do one about this long. But you always want to do it at least a couple inches longer than what you really want. So say you want a 5-inch yarn tail. I don't know why you'd want a 5-inch yarn tail, but you would cut it to 7 or 8 inches because you're going to have the ties that you have to work with. Sorry. So if I want it as long as this thing, I'm going to do a little bit longer. Then from there, it depends on how fluffy you want this thing. I want this to be relatively fluffy, so I'm going to make about 9 of these. Ricky, these are not for you. So there's 1. We're at 4, 5, 6. Hey, you can't have that. 7. Not for dog. 8. 9. There. 9 pieces. Now, since we have our lengthy here, we got our stuff. We take it and we tie it around this loop here. Make sure to tie it as close to the end of this as you can, though. It doesn't matter that at first you make it longer because you have to be able to tie it, you know. It's gotta be able to be tied. So, making sure I've got everything here. I know, sorry Ricky. I'm not trying to continuously hit you with my project, but you're the one who's decided he needs to be in my lap. Now, just bring it as close to the ends of the thing as possible. And tighten it. Make sure it's very tight. Very tight. And then you do the same thing on this other end. But just not around a loop. Like I said, this is a very short yarn tail, so it's gonna be short. Alright, so, oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to braid it. You're supposed to braid this. My dog was distracting me. I blame dog. I blame you, dog. I blame you. It's alright, I can undo it. I apologize, that was my fault. Dumb moment. I did just wake up. Give me. Alright, so. I mean, there's a reason that we did this many lines. Alright, so normally what I do is I actually put it around my foot because these are longer. So this was my fault. I missed a step. I'm sorry. I did just wake up, so give me a little credit for doing this right after just getting up from a nap. So basically what you do is you take, since you have 9 strands altogether, you take 3 strands. And then you just braid them. It does make me feel a little better. But a nap just sounded so perfect. It doesn't have to be a tight braid because you got to be able to put the stuff in between. But you just got to be able to braid it so that you have something as a core. Let me set it down. It's too long for my fingers now. Then once you get to the end, now you tie the end. Now you tie the end, guys. After you do the braid, you tie the end. I'm at the right step now. I'm at the right step now, guys. Oh my god, I did it. I did it. Oh my god, I did it. Oh, yay. Alright, now we have a braided thing. Now we have a braided thing, Ricky! You're gonna fall. Here you go. Alright, so here's our braid. And now it doesn't look like a tail right now, but this is the core of the tail. This is what makes it so that it moves very realistically, okay? So then what you do, normally I hook it around one of my fingers, and they're normally longer, so they go around my fingers more than once, you know, so that they're tight. Who is that? He hears people outside, and he's like, what? Alright, so now is where you take this part, one of these things, take this thing, and you kind of weave in between these. Do this, bring it back through, grab and pull it to tie it. You literally just keep doing this. This is all you do for now. You do quite a few of them. Doesn't matter, it depends on what colors you actually want. You always start at the bottom though. Always, because that's the way that it works. If you do it from the top, it just looks weird, because you can't, I don't know, it just doesn't work. I tried. So basically you just add these things on as much as you feel you need to so that it will be as poofy as you want. In every single spot you can find that's extra, everything you can do, you just add these in. I know, Grump. We're making a tail. A very short tail. Excited, interested, curious? Yeah, you like to eat them. He likes to eat them. This is the part that takes probably one of the longest parts, doing the rest of this. But it's totally worth it in the end. Okay, so see, we have them tied. We're going to keep going. I usually do this when I get yarn tail orders. I do this while I'm watching like a movie or something, so it doesn't seem like it takes forever. Let me just keep going. I know. It's easy, really, but it just takes a while. This is going to take a while. That's why I chose to make a short one. Because I knew it'd take forever. Then, once you have enough, or you feel that you have enough to do some brushing on, because, you know, you gotta brush it out every so often, otherwise it will be way too difficult to brush out. So we have enough right here for now to brush it out and show you. And then we'll continue on until we, you know, we'll finish it. You just take your wicker brush. Brush it. At first it seems like it's difficult because there is no, like, real tension to the rest of it, so it's going to look weird at first. But once you get more yarn on it and you brush out more yarn, it'll look better. Trust me. They all start out looking kind of gimpy. And then you have to also make sure that you clean out your brush as often as possible, because if it gets stuck in there, then it won't work the way you want it. I don't even want to tell you how many yarn tails I've used this thing on. There you go, the beginnings of how to make a yarn tail. See? I'm not done yet, but see? Then you just keep building up as you go. Huh, Grump? We just keep going. Heck, what are you doing? Scroll down, scrolling 45. Shaking down, up there. What are you doing, Ricky? You like to be involved, I know. Bloop. What are you doing? There's nothing up there for you. Goofy. My dog's crazy. I hope you all know that. I hope that whoever is watching this knows that my dog is crazy. That is being the stupid. Sorry, my internet's being really dumb today. I don't know what its deal is. I've barely used it for anything. Is Steam downloading anything? Or is it just being a dumb? No, nothing's being downloaded on Steam. So I apologize, guys. I'm sorry. It's not my fault. My internet's not the best. See, we're just adding them in. Grabbing, adding, pulling, tying. I mean, it's, you know. Ricky, what are you even doing? So see, we've put it through. Loop. Pull. Grab the other two ends. Pull and tie. That's what we're doing. Once you're actually looking at it, what games do I usually play on Steam? Oh, goodness. I have so many different games, I couldn't even. However, if you want to see some of the ones that I have played and I've live streamed, what are you whining about? We have a gaming channel called Arbitrarians. You could probably, if I recall correctly, it's on the front page of this channel that you can get to it. You want down? There you go. So, my favorite games, though, however, are like farming games and just like the simple, relaxing ones. Though, a lot of times I will be seen playing like scary games and stuff like that, you know. I'm not entirely picky. In fact, a lot of the games that I even have on my Steam account is for my friends to play. So, it's the same thing with real life, too. I've got so many video games, they're not even all for me to play at all, ever. They're more for my friends to play than for me to play. So, you know, I just play whatever seems appealing. Huh, Ricky? We just play this stuff. But more often than not, rather than play video games, I'm doing stuff like this, because this is my passion right here, is doing these things, so. But, if you'd like to be my friend on Steam, you can find me under the same username that I use anywhere. Well, not really, because it's not the same username as the one I use on Avon. That one is actually my name. So, but you know, I go by Kitamaru or Ittermat. Just about anywhere else you can find me, if you want. I'm okay with that. Fight the break of dawn, come. What are you doing, dog? Anybody who says that a dog does not brighten up your life is totally full of shit. I love my dog. He's a pain in my ass, but I love him. I have that. I do have Don't Starve Together, and it's fun. And I actually have myself as a character in it that I made and had somebody help me with the coding for. So I actually can play as me in Don't Starve Together. And I really love it. We'll have to play together sometime, B. That would be fun. I freaking love Don't Starve Together. I haven't played it in ages. Yes! One of these days I will, I promise. One of these days. Yes, okay! I will. I'll join the Legion. The Legion. I would join. I haven't played that in ages. Jeez. Ever since I got my Switch, man. Well, actually, no. Even before I got my Switch, I haven't played that in ages. I do have the new DLC, though. I want to make me for that, too. I have to ask him. I made both me and my friend from England that I do a bunch of videos with in Don't Starve Together so that we can play as each other, or as ourselves, in the game. And so I need to figure out how to get into the new version of the game. But yes, I will join your Legion. It sounds like fun. I love Don't Starve Together. I'm bad at it, but I love it. I adore that game. It's fun. Oh man, I was one of the very first people who played that game too. I got multiplayer when it first came out. I bought the game when it first came out. Jeez, I was a fangirl from the beginning. Just can't just see me through another day. Hey, you know, whatever works for you. But I literally just play as me. Because I made me. I like to insert my cat character, Denevere, into anything I can. Like, I even made her once in, what was it? What was that game? Scribblenauts, I think is what it was. I made myself in that. I even modded a game called Battle Slots to have myself in it, because I'm ridiculous that way. That was it. I just changed who the character was. Me. And it doesn't matter, because it's not like a game to where, you know, I can give it away that way, and I'm not going to do that either. I just wanted myself in the game, so I did. I drew pictures of myself so that I was in the game, and I replaced all of the NPC images. Yes, me too! I think. Well, I know I did Don't Starve Together in beta, for sure. We were having so many issues when it first came out, but it's understandable because it was in beta. I know, right? It's fun. It's fun to add her into stuff. I don't know, she's just easy. But, you know, it was my copy of the game, so why couldn't I change the images? Not like I was giving it away that way. I was actually surprised I figured out how to mod it to put myself in it, you know? But I did, because, you know, I'm crazy. Alright, let's see. I gotta do some in this area. No idea. Yeah. I actually, the only things that I did change about my character in Don't Starve is the fact that she really hates the rain. She can handle the heat and stuff a little bit better, and certain things like that. Like, I didn't want to overpower her, but I suck at the game so much I needed a little bit of help with my character, you know? So that I didn't die all the time. But she's not overpowered or anything. I don't like that. I didn't want to have her super, like, able to kill things without, you know, where's the fun in it if there is no challenge? I wanted there to still be a challenge, but I wanted to lessen the challenge a little bit because of how much I suck at the game. That's all. With her, I can actually make it past a few days, so. Now to brush it, because this is where we're gonna brush it. With someone else, would this all fall apart? A person raised by bats? Nice. I love bats. Bats are awesome. I almost had one for a pet once. Instead, I've got sugar gliders. I love my glider butts. They're asleep right now. It's sleepy time for glides. Hi, Ricky. It's sleepy time for brothers. Yeah, that makes sense. That's cool. Right. Yeah, that would... It was a lot of effort. I even used a base because they had a cat character and I just changed the base a little bit to be us. That took a lot. But I've also made shimejis, which is where I had to draw 46 different pictures of myself to animate a character walking around my screen and doing stuff. I made myself, of course. I made Mai too. But originally I made myself so that Mai wouldn't be lonely when she left. So I made a shimeji of myself to take with her on her trip. Spent 10 hours on that thing, and that was doing it fast. I'm not done with hers yet. Yeah. Took me a long time to make one of them. Goodness, I can't talk. I have since fixed the issues that I did when I made my shimeji so fast, but I haven't uploaded the fixes. I'm pretty much going to do that, upload the fixed version of myself with Mai's whenever it is that I finish hers. I have Skyrim and all of the DLC. I also have Morrowind around here that I got for like $2 from a resale shop, but I've never played it because none of my computers can run it. But I don't really play them very often. I can't handle that first person sort of thing. It kills my brain a little. One of the reasons I can't play Payday even though I own it. Borderlands 2. Borderlands kills me. Makes me sick. Kind of crazy that that can come out of yarn, huh? It's very soft. I will tell you right now, it's super soft. Super soft. Alright, let's continue. We don't have a ton left. Plus, you know, conversation. Yeah, there was a version of Myst too, because I liked Myst, and it still wouldn't run on my PC. Like, the new version, I had to actually run the 3D version. I couldn't run the original that I liked. So, I don't know. I'll look into it. What version of Morrowind? Oh, criminy. I don't know. I'd have to go get it. It's in the closet. It's in a brown box, so I can tell you that. It's in a brown, very wood-looking box. But it's in my closet. In the hallway. And I don't want to go get it. I'm so lazy. I promise I can rest a while, and then I'll party. Nice. I've never done a speed run of a game because I suck too much. I've never been very good at video games. I like them. I've just never been very good at them. I mean, I like video games. I like to play them. They're fun. I just suck. Like, so badly. I'm riding shotgun with my hair undone in the front seat of the sky. Got one hand beat on the steering wheel, the other on my arm. Look around to my radio down and says, baby, is something wrong? Oh gosh, yes, same. One game I am the queen at, though, is Cooking Mama. I'm the Cooking Mama queen. I haven't found anybody who can beat me except for Mai. And even then, it's barely ever does she beat me. I am the queen of Cooking Mama. I even give people a fighting chance, too. I tell them how to do it and how to beat me, but they can't do it. It's fun. I play them all the time, too. It's like I have a Splatoon 2 on my Wii, or not on my Wii, sorry, on my Switch. I'm so bad at that game. Everybody kills me. But it's fun. Sometimes I can beat my life partner in video games, other times I can't, because he's actually really good at them. In fact, it was only because of him that I got to finish Fragile Dreams. He could beat the monsters, I couldn't. So. Yay! I got to beat the game! For I said amen, asking her if we could play it again. La da da. Do, 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 do. is awesome. I gotta make more scripts. Oh yeah! It's half and half. Oh goodness! Oh dog. Where's the Aww. I actually personally dislike Smash Brothers, so. Personal reasons, but I dislike the game immensely. I don't mind if other people play it, but I hate the game. But yeah, no, I feel ya. It sucked. My brother used to get mad at me too. In fact, he barely ever even let me play his video games. They were his video games. But see, that's the thing that I never understood is why do people have to get so annoying or mad when somebody isn't any good at the game? You know, like, I used to play Left 4 Dead 2 with my ex, and he used to get so upset with me because I was really bad at it, and we would die a lot. I would die a lot. And he'd have to save me. But he would get so upset, he's like, the game is about winning! It's about winning! I'm like, no it's not, it's about having fun killing zombies, isn't it? And that's what I want to do, even though I'm not very good at it. I just want to play the game. Don't be a jerk about it, but he was. I like Left 4 Dead 2, though. Or one of my other exes, actually used to get upset with me because I wasn't very good at playing Pokemon. Like, I just play the game because I like to find and collect them. I don't care about all of the extra stuff, right? I don't care about winning battles. I don't care about any of that extra stuff. This guy actually used to spend hours hatching eggs to get specific thing. And he wanted to fight me once in it, and I lost. But he's like, are you stupid? You know, this is what you go against this with. This is what you do this with. And I'm just like, I just wanted to use the Pokemon I like to fight my boyfriend. I mean, it didn't matter if I won or lost. Why are you getting angry with me? You know? So he would actually get really pissed off at me for not playing correctly. And I'm like, this is how I want to play. Just because you want to win and be a jerk about it doesn't mean I want to. Plus, I was his girlfriend. Why would you call your girlfriend stupid over Pokemon? Kidding me? Jeez. I play games for fun. Bleh. The only reason I get upset for not being player 1 or player 2 is if I can't be red. I like the red player, but I can handle it. It's not the worst thing. I just like red. Red is a good color. Red is a happy color for Sarah. Driver's wife. But you can't change the truck driver's life. Yeah, we're getting there. Woohoo, we would. I like red. I like playing red, but, you know, like I said, I'm flexible anyway. It really sucks. Well, it doesn't really suck, but my life partner likes the color red too, so we sometimes fight jokingly over who gets to be the red player. No, me! Me! We jokingly fight over quite a few things, but it's all in fun, so, you know. Sand on a Panama beach in the spring. You're not annoying me, it's fine. I'm a multitasker. I enjoy multitasking while doing something. In fact, normally if I'm in the chat on Aven, I am doing like 60 bajillion other things at the same time. It's just the way it is. If I didn't want people to talk to me while doing this, I wouldn't have the chat on. Right? Logical? Logical. You're 72. It's the way I have to do it. If I'm not multitasking while doing something, even if it's something I love, I get so bored. Like, even when I'm drawing and I'm doing something I really, really enjoy, if I don't have music on or something happening in between everything I'm doing, I get so bored. It's sad, really. I wish I didn't, but I do. I could be somewhere else, I tell you where I'd be rolling on a river of Prudence. We're getting there. Almost done. But yeah, I do that too, but I mean, like, I have people I'm talking to, you know, at the same time. Sometimes I'm chatting with a friend. You know, I just, yeah, I can't help it. I gotta multitask. I get bored otherwise. So, yeah, you're not bothering me. It's fine. Maybe one day I'll get enough watchers to where we'll actually have a fun like, not that this isn't a fun conversation, but we'll have more people chatting. You know? I don't need to be famous. I just hope that I can teach a bunch of people how to make stuff. Instead of just you. Come on. Not that you're spamming the chat box isn't wonderful, but come on. You need more people to talk to too, besides just me. Right? Having fun over there, Doug? Makes my arms tired. Phew. Sweet. So do we. That's what the Arbitrarians channel is us doing live streams and stuff. Send me on Aven the link to your thing, and I will add you to the side list of Arbitrarians. You know where it says the you know, other people or whatever featured channels, I'll add you to the featured channels list. So just send me the link on Aven. Please. You can also post it in here if you want to for other people to find it. I don't mind. But I know it'll get lost, so just send me the link on Aven and I'll check it out. Please. It is hard with that game, yes. Usually me and my voice chat. And then in the case of my life partner, he lives in the same, Oh. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you can send me your Discord too if you want. I'll add you. I'm always around someplace. Just send me info, dude. I'm in on it. I got you. I'm forever grateful for all that I have. Thanks for what? Didn't do anything. Yes, please, send info on Aven. That way neither of us, well, that way you won't get spammed if you don't want to get spammed. Not that I'm very popular, but you know. Should have made this thing shorter so that we had a shorter video. Yeah, you know, it's kind of one of those things to where I don't do this for the popularity or anything, but there will always be somebody who will watch you. You know what I mean? Somebody will watch you, and as long as you're not doing it for the fame and the glory, and you just do it to have fun, why not? You know, why not do it? That's pretty much what I'm doing with either of my channels. I'm just doing it for fun, and the fact that I want to teach somebody, I want to teach people how to make stuff on this channel, and on my other channel, it's just for gameplay. And if people don't watch it, that's fine. And if they do, cool. You know? It's not about being famous. It's about having fun. And I definitely have fun doing these things, even though it may not look like it because I'm concentrating. Oh dear. Concentration is key. Dog, what are you doing slowly inching as you work? He's chewing on a thing over there, and he's slowly inching farther and farther from me, and it's funny. Time flies, don't it? crazy. This thing around right now. Right? I'm pretty organized in its own way, but I also am very cluttered organized. Like, I have a ton of stuff. Like, you can't even see it, but the table behind me is full of the stuff that I didn't feel like moving, so then I'm on this table instead. So, you know. Plus, this is where we were doing the game streaming the other day, so I didn't feel like moving all of the camera setup and stuff, because we use the same cameras for everything. So. I can be lazy. As can everybody. And you know what? That's okay. I mean, I'm even in my pajamas. And I didn't feel like washing my hair, so I have a hat on. I mean, I'm clean, I just didn't feel like doing my hair. It's a mess. I'm pretty sure a lot of people can relate. And as I mentioned earlier, I just woke up from a nap, and I was already late. Now, I'm going to say that this isn't going to turn out perfectly the first time you do it. It never truly does, because you need to practice learning how to actually get it to look the way you want. Like I said, I went through a bunch of different types of yarn tails before I figured this out, so it's okay to experiment and fail. But these are the basic ideas for you to make one. It's pretty simple, honestly. Way better than those other tutorials that I found where you have to, like, make 10 strips together, tie them, brush them out, and then sew them to the tail. It's like, no, I don't want to do that. That's too much work. I mean, this is still work, but it's a lot easier, and it works really well. Always gotta go for the easy route. Because I'm lazy. And I know that there's a lot of people who are also lazy, so we can be the lazy brigade. Let's be the lazy brigade. Yay! Join the lazy brigade! Good artwork in the laziest way possible. Hooray! Alright, now we're getting to the harder part because we've used up all of the thing. See how we're really close to the end now? Sorry, it's hard to... We're really close to this end. And that makes it a little bit more difficult because the braid strands you were using are now very, very tight because you've been hooking stuff to and brushing out. So it's going to be a little bit more difficult for a minute here to get stuff in between. And then after you brush it out this next time, you're going to have more space because you move it down with brushing it. So, it's fine though. It's the way it works. Just don't get frustrated with the fact that it seems to never end. Imagine if this was a longer tail. It would take way longer. And also, in case you hear that whining noise, it is my chair squeaking. It's not my dog. That is my chair. My dog is over there. Safe and sound. Come on. Come on. Come on. Like I said, it's going to be more difficult at this point because of how tight everything is getting. It's okay. You just gotta keep on trying. Also, I have an itch. Gonna scratch it. My hand itched. Alright, after this one I'm gonna brush it, give myself some more space. See, it's really close to the edge now. Now we brush it. Now we brush! I don't think I've mentioned it, but when you brush it... What in the hell, dog? It's me. When you brush it, you want to do it at an angle so that these catch on to the actual thing. Yeah, I know, it takes a while, don't it? And this is me doing a short tail. Imagine how long it takes when I'm doing a long tail. Or that one I was working on. The 3-footer. I usually try to stick to around an hour for a video. Because, you know, nobody wants to sit here for like 6 hours and watch me brush and do a huge tail. But see, it gave us more space by brushing. I personally adore doing arts and crafts. It's like one of my favorite things ever. I do a lot more than what I actually, like, videotape myself doing. I knew somebody like that, Emma. Though to be fair, they were very, very good at artwork. It just, you know, took them a while to work on art. Hello. I wave with a brush. Brush wave. Brush wave! If I had another one, I would wave with 2 brushes, but I only have the one brush. And these, how about greater brush wave? There. See how special that was? That was special. That's okay. Good art takes time, though. I just got reminded of this one time that I worked at Freedom Village. I was working at Freedom Village and I was a dishwasher. Hello. And every once in a while, the dishwashers would have to cut up and serve desserts. This was a retirement community and it was very high-end, so the desserts were things like tiramisu and super special cakes and things. And there was this one time I was cutting up desserts and it was frozen. Like, the dessert was frozen. And I am a very tiny person, if you can't tell. So trying to cut a big, huge cake that is frozen with a knife for a very tiny person who weighs maybe 100-something pounds does not really work well. So it was so funny, and I really wish I could like visualize and show you the visualization of my friend's face when she said this. But my pieces of cake were crooked. Like, some were small, some were big, and I sucked at this. But they still had me doing it. So she comes up from behind me, looking at what I'm up to, because she had to walk past me anyway to go do something to put something away, because they started doing dishes before I showed up to help. And she's like, I'm like, look at how great this is. Tina, isn't this amazing? And she goes, yes, Sarah, you can't rush perfection. And I'm just like, I just started laughing because she said it so dead-faced, like so perfect. And it was the greatest thing ever, and I will always remember that. Can't rush perfection when my pieces of cake look like shit. Ah, that was a fun place to work. I loved working there. Really? Why? Okay, I won't press it. I mean, you can tell me later if you want to. Remember, this is a public chat, so if you don't want somebody to read about it, then, you know, don't say anything. Yeah, I don't think I've ever actually had food poisoning. Maybe I haven't, I just haven't noticed it. Because, yeah. Ugh. I am sorry. That would be a good reason not to want chocolate cake. That'd be a very good reason. Oh dear. Oh dear. I'm sorry. I'm not in charge of that. Okay. I kept my childhood in that garden green. I used to play there when I was a child. Maybe in walls. Hey, get through there. Getting to the hard part now, near the end bit. It doesn't want to work for me. It always does it at this point. See how close we are? We're so close. This one is just a tutorial basically on how to make them. So this way other people can make them if they want. These are basically just tutorials on how to do stuff, you know? So this one is literally just as a tutorial version of how to do it. This is a very short one. It's not anything special or fancy, it's just a tutorial version of it. But I have this one that I've been working on that is an order somebody did. This one is not for funsies. This one is one that somebody ordered. It's 3 feet long. It's 3 feet long. But while I was at work working on it, I had my coworkers ask me how to do it. I think I taught 5 of my coworkers how to make one. So I'm like, yeah, you know what? That's why I can just link them to this. So, you know. Yeah, it's long, I know. This way, if anybody ever asks, I can just link them to this tutorial. See? 2 birds, 1 stone. I'm all about 2 birds, 1 stone. Alright, now to brush this out. Yeah, I actually have these little dudes that I call Lupinis that are basically little sleeping bunny rabbit types of creatures that have manes made out of this type of technique, actually. I also do it with the, like I did it with this tail, like the rabbit's tail here. It's not, you know, his tail is made out of this stuff too. But I mean, it's a technique that you can use for just about anything once you know the basics, you know. They're on my Etsy site, and there's a link to my Etsy in the description if you want to go look at a picture of them. I do, yes. These are actually one of our big sellers on the online store. So, figured I'd teach people how to make one in case they wanted to know. Might ruin my sales, but I don't freaking care, you know? Let people have knowledge. Seriously, what is money to knowledge? Still having fun over there, dog? It's okay, don't worry about it. We are only human, my friend. We are only human. Alright, now we are at the point to where we have to brush these out. These end bits here from before. And if you want to try and add more strings in, you can, but we're to the end of how to make this thing. And I'm like definitely over my time limit here. Not that I really have a time limit, but you know, I'm gonna add 1 or 2 in because there's an empty space. Oh, well thanks. That's awesome. You don't have to, but I appreciate it. Gotta fill in this empty space. Because I don't like having empty spaces like that anyway. You do where you feel like filling in, though. Aw, thanks. Now from this point, what we do is, if I recall correctly, because it's been a while, hey, can you not be caught on the chair? That'd be wonderful, Yarn, if you could not be caught on the chair. Thanks. Is I actually take, and I go like this. So, take, and we do the basic idea of what we've been doing, except for the fact that we tie it around here now. Like down farther though, where the knot ends. If that doesn't work for you, you can also just tie it normally. It's not going to hurt nothing. But this is how we get it to where it's kind of more uniform looking. So if you just take and tie it like this, and maybe do a double knot if you want to. And then you're basically just filling in that area with some more so that it just kind of fills it in, you know. And then this area will always be kind of empty because that's where you hook onto something. It's just how it goes. Let's do one more. And this part can be a little difficult due to how you have to hold it and stuff, but it's okay. You'll get it. I know you can do it. So now we tie it. Tie again. So it's tight. Now we have a couple of extra pieces. And we brush those out. It is soft. And it's going to get even softer here in a minute once I grab the heat treater. I gotta go get it out of the other room. So now we have this turned into this. What? Told you it was easy. Alright, I'll be right back. I gotta go grab my hair straightener for the last part. Be right back. You know, because I forgot the hair straightener, Ricky. How could I? How dare I forget the hair straightener? Oh my god. Do I suck that much? That was me. Ricky. That was me, dog. Stupid dog. Straightener. And it's red. It looks pink on camera, but it's red. this is the last part you need. Minus the thing that you hook to the hook thingy to hook it onto something. You need a hair straightener. But I gotta let it cool or warm up so that I can use it, because it's not at warming levels yet. It's gonna become even more amazing. Just you wait. You think it's amazing now? Look at this. You think this is amazing right now and soft? Just you wait, it's gonna get even better. I just gotta wait for the thing to get warm. Oh my god! No, my hand's not on it. I'm over top of it. Warm. The only other thing I dislike about doing this is that it gets dust everywhere from the stuff, but I mean, it's okay. Could be worse. There are worse things, don't you know? Don't you know? Don't you? Don't you? Don't you know? Ricky! My dog is crazy. Ricky, come here! Come here, Grump! Ricky! Fine, don't come over then. Now the reason we heat treat it is for extra softness and for extra shine. I legit bought this hair straightener just for this. I don't have a hair straightener for any other reason because my hair's not long enough. It's very short, see? So, there's no reason for me to have one other than for arts and crafts. I think we're good. Are we ready? Are we ready for the magic? Okay. Go. So basically what I do is I basically take it from the top and slide it down. If you want to add some little curvies in, you do it like this. See? Gives it kind of a... But what you're doing is you're not burning it. You're basically just taking the acrylic and warming it up. You can already tell how much more shiny it is just from doing it this little bit. But you can do it as much as you want so long as you don't burn. You basically just take and put the heat to it. Heat to it. Heat to it. And you take your brush, brush it out a bit. See, it's already so shiny. Then you can do it even more if you want. If you want some more shine. Hi Val! Welcome back. I'm at this part now. We're almost done. The stream's almost over. Oh no! You won't have to hear me talk anymore. But see how much shinier it is now that I've done the heat treating? It's so much more shiny. Sorry, that's my mom texting me. I gotta text my mommy back. Hold on. Sorry, just a minute. Sorry, hold on a second. That's not the right text. Hey, Rick. I can send it to you if you want. I made it myself out of the actual song. This time this is my fight song. I actually had my ex at the time send me the entire song, and I just took that part out of it. See? And now we have a very soft, very shiny tail. And that's how you do it. Pretty easy, actually. Takes more time than anything, but it's easy. Yes, very floof. Especially if you do it sideways, side to side. That is always the best way to floof it up. Not by going like, you know, this, but by brushing it out and then shaking it from back, side to side. You get much more floof. Much more floof. Much more. Much more. There you go. An hour of work and we made a little tiny tail. But like I said, it's super easy. Hi, Rick. What? You want to say hi? Hold on, let me turn off the hair straightener so that you don't get burned. Come here, Grumper. Come here. Come here. I got your thing. Get over here, Goofy. Oh, come here, Grumper. There, Grumper. There. Nice. Okay, Grumper. You say hello. And then you say goodbye, because this is the end of the stream now. We've shown them how to make a tail. Now they can take this knowledge, Ricky. They can take this knowledge as they wish. They can take the knowledge as they wish to make things and stuff, and it's wonderful. Just remember, 100% acrylic yarn, wire brush, one of these. Well, you know, any one of these. This is just from Rainbow Loom, because I do those too. Scissors. And a place to put all of your extra stuffing stuff, because you get a lot of it out of brushing out these tails. So there you go. That's the end. I've shown you how to make a really easy, simple yarn tail in about an hour and a half. Minus the amount of time my dog took up being a dog. Do it! Show it to me when you're done. I want to see it. I want to see it. Thanks for joining me. Maybe you'll join another time when I'm teaching something else. Peace out, everybody. Thanks for coming. See you next time. Peace. Ricky. Ricky, say peace. You don't care. You just want to chew, don't you? You just want to chew on your phone. Ricky says bye, too. Bye. Let me find the button, as always, because I suck at this. There's no button for goodbyes. Bye.